Hey, it's Jesse. Today on the show, you know him from The Bachelor, from Coming Out Colton. He's a best-selling author, he's a podcast host, and he's on the new season of The Traitors. It's Colton Underwood.
He basically was like, if Donna's there, do not go for her. Even if she's a traitor. Because he's like, do not put the Swifties on us. Like, we have a family now. And
this is hilarious.
You're finally doing well. You have a family.
This is Dinners on Me, and I'm your host, Jesse Tyler Ferguson. All right, so we're at the Butcher's Daughter here in West Hollywood, in Los Angeles. I am so excited to meet Colton and have a meal with him. It's been a while since I've seen him. I thought this would be a perfect place to bring him. It's delicious, it's bright, it's airy, it's health conscious. He's an athlete. He likes to put healthy things in his body. But also we're in the heart of West Hollywood, in an area that celebrates the LGBTQ community. And Colton is in this beautiful new place in his life as a father, as a new husband. And I just thought this would be a great place to bring him. So I think he's coming in soon. And I'm excited to get to the conversation. So I'm at this point in time that we're talking,
Right.
like everyone else who's around me in the world has only seen the first 3 episodes
Okay.
of The Traitors, which I'm obsessed with. I mean, it's already such a great season.
Yes.
So you're saying, and I love this because by the time this comes out, everyone's gonna be like, I know what you're talking about. But what you're saying is some shit's gonna go down next week that I don't know about personally, that you're not gonna spoil for me in this moment.
I won't spoil it for you.
I don't want you to.
I know, and I won't. But yes, some shit's gonna go down. Like, I realized very early on. Okay, so you can go into this game and have a clear strategy and be like, this is how I'm gonna play. And then you meet Lisa Rinna and you're like, oh fuck, now I can't play this way because she's here.
So what I saw happen last week was Donna Kelce,
Yeah.
soon to be mother-in-law of Taylor Swift, was outed as a traitor, as a secret traitor.
Yeah.
So the audience didn't even know that she was a traitor.
I have theories. I think Donna would have crushed as a regular traitor.
Yes.
I don't think she was about that life of staying up until 2 or 3 in the morning to film in the turret.
So that's what it
don't know.
takes?
I think...
Wait. But this is behind the scenes stuff that I'm interested in. Do you have to stay awake until 2 or 3 in the morning to film the tour?
Some nights filming goes really late. Yeah. I mean, most of us are, we've worked before. We know, that's part of the job.
Sure.
But yeah, some nights are really long. And so,
Okay.
there is an endurance that goes into this. You can ask Lisa about this, but
Yes.
there's an endurance into shooting a show like this because especially if you're a traitor, because I can imagine the bandwidth.
Well, that was what I was thinking about when I was watching it this past season. And I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier, but I was like, oh, the traitors have to work more hours.
For sure.
Because they have to have a whole other
But they also get rewarded with more screen time.
Yes. Yes.
So.
And honestly, if I was on the show, I'd want to be a traitor too.
For sure. I think everybody
all
was
do.
for it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm so excited about next week then. This is exciting. But what were you because you really led the charge against Donna.
Yeah, well, so what I was saying is I realized very early on that I could not play a small game. When I walked into a room, people looked at me and naturally I'm 6'3", I'm a bigger build. I was doing really well in the challenges. So I was okay, laying low is not going to be in the cards for me here. So I just have to step up and do this. And then also there's a part of me, because it doesn't play necessarily how it went down, but everybody was scared. Everybody's maybe Donna. And I'm okay, Donna, let's focus on that. Everybody.
Why were they scared? Because
they
it's
just
they don't want to go after the.
Well, especially the first one.
Matriarch.
You start throwing out names, and then all of a sudden the target gets put back on you.
Yeah.
So I think everybody was sort of who's gonna say it, who's gonna do it first.
And you were.
And I sort of was, and I was terrified because the last thing my husband told me before, because I had heard that she was possibly cast on this. We don't know for sure.
That's another
who
question I have for you. Okay.
He basically was if Donna's there, do not go for her. Whatever happens, even if she's a traitor.
That?
Because he's do not put the Swifties on us. We have a family now, and
This is hilarious.
You're finally in the media,
you're
doing well. You have a family. Let's just not ruffle any feathers there.
We have Bishop to worry about. The Swifties will come after our son.
The night that I had to go after Donna, I was Jordan's going to kill me.
You had to do it. You had to do what had to be done.
I had to do it. But could you imagine if she wasn't
Oh
and
my
I sent her
God.
home?
Yes. Oh my God.
I would never work in this town
I
again.
was kind of right. Exactly.
I would be
But
done.
You're right. You're not wrong.
We move.
I was kind of shocked that, because I guess for a viewer, and you can't look at it this way because you were in it, but I guess as a viewer, the minute she was revealed as the secret traitor, I was like, that is a little obvious. I think.
It was an obvious play that she was going to be a traitor, I think.
Because she's the exact opposite of what.
In defense of her,
Yes.
very difficult position to be in. You're isolated. You know, I would not want to. I wouldn't have wanted to be a secret traitor.
And she already is an outsider because she's
Because you
not
don't
part
know
of
the-
this reality
Correct.
world. And
You
she
don't-
was a genuine fan of you.
And well, it's sort of like me too. Like I didn't really have a wagon to hitch to. Like
I was going to
'cause I'm-
ask you who you like kind of
Because like they
aligned
still put
with.
like The Bachelor there, even though like I'm not really connected with any of those people anymore. But like
Right.
I don't really have a group of people, right?
Right. I mean, there's
So-
the gamers and the housewives,
Yeah.
and I think if I had to like categorize you as one of those people, it would be a housewife.
I mean, yeah. I gravitated towards the Love Island people too.
right.
I'm like,
Right. Well, of course. I mean, that's how all these reality shows are, though. I mean, it's you have prototypes, and you go in, and you have. Especially for an audience member, you have such limited time with all these people. There's so much that ends up on the editing
For
floor,
sure.
and like they're really like molding how they want the audience to react to all of you. And you know this very well from being on The Bachelor as well. But like it's there's very little room for nuance, and there's very little room for I don't know. I kind of think that you played it the right way by going in and being just a bold.
I had
player.
to. I had to, and I think it fit my style
Yeah.
the best.
No, it felt knowing you. Didn't feel like you were not being true to
Yeah.
yourself. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
And how's it going? Have
Good,
either of you been
thank
here
you.
before?
I don't know if I have.
It's been a
There's a
minute.
couple in New York.
Okay.
And there's also one in Venice.
I've been
that's
into the one
there
in
for a
New
minute.
York. That's
Yeah.
right.
Do you want any drinks to start?
Yes.
Wait, are you doing a drink?
Not a drink, but I'm gonna do one of these delicious looking pressed juices.
I'm
You
out
can
of
have a
the
drink,
bottom
right?
Too,
No, I'm gonna do-
My
I'm gonna
favorite
do
is
juices.
the water flower, though.
Oh, I'll do the water flower.
Yeah,
that
very
sounds nice.
refreshing.
I will join him in the water
Yeah,
flower as well.
I love that. Anything else right now? Any questions?
Okay. And we're gonna talk about this because might as well. But I'm on a soft food and liquid diet right
Yeah.
now because of a procedure I had. It's not a facelift. Something with my internal organs. And I'll get all into it with you in a bit. What can I have that's in that family?
I was kind of thinking maybe you might like eggs are okay.
Eggs should be fine.
Yeah, you might like this.
I don't know,
the
we'll
Greek
see.
Style scrambled eggs.
Ooh.
It's pretty soft, very
Yeah.
gentle. I would
Gentle
maybe.
sounds good to me.
Yeah. I figured you'd like
I'm
that.
on gentle foods right now.
I love it. I'm just gonna let him pick my entree.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm just the only thing
great.
I don't like is olives.
Okay.
So-
Like we're rolling the dice.
We're rolling the dice
Okay.
with whatever. Bring me your favorite
I love
item
that. I
on
can
the
do that.
menu.
Yeah.
Just make sure there's no olives.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, I love your confidence. I'm gonna do the Greek style scrambled eggs.
Yeah. Fantastic.
The first eggs I've tried on this diet.
I'll hold your hand while you eat
And my
them.
name's
Oh my God.
Ethan.
There we go.
Just let me know if you need anything.
Thank you,
Enjoy.
Ethan. Yes, I'll need your support. Okay, wait. So you said you heard that certain people might be on the show. Like, when do you
Yeah.
find out? Who
Well,
the
there
other
was a
cast
few people
members
who
are?
I heard that weren't there. So like, that like, it's only as
Okay.
good as your intel.
Right.
You don't find out who's there until you step out of the different.
the
Well,
car.
obviously, when you get in the car, you see the first two or three.
Right.
Who you're in the car with, and then when you get
And tell me
out-
who you were on the car with in the first time.
I was in the car with Tara Lipinski,
Yeah.
Ian, and Portia.
Got it.
So Ian and Portia went home like 1-2. So I was
Yes.
like, oh, our car got decimated right out of the
Right.
beginning. But like, I didn't really feel like an alliance forming with them anyway.
Right. And so you find out the people who are there, like when you get out of the car. Was there anyone that, like, when you saw them, you were like super like starstruck by or jazzed by, and then also like super scared of, like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
that one's gonna be scary.
Immediately when I saw Lisa,
Scared.
I was like, no, thank you. I cannot like.
Really?
No, because like also before I left, Jordan was like, just you're finally at this place in your career. Just don't fight with a housewife. I'm like, of course they put Lisa on my season. Like, I like naturally I like love her, but also
Yeah.
I know.
Did you know each other personally?
No, we had never met.
Okay.
I knew of her. She knew of me.
Sure.
So like that was always
You
interesting.
both are notorious.
Yeah.
Greek style scrambled eggs. There you go. And then I went with our house favorite, the breakfast burrito.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
a breakfast all day type of guy.
Ooh,
This
that
is
looks
incredible.
so good.
Wait, I'm so excited for this because on Bachelor we're like told not to eat.
Wait a
We hang
minute.
out on my
Yeah,
dates.
now listen. I assume that at least on The Bachelor, like you're literally out to dinner dates. You're not eating on those dinner dates.
No,
Oh no.
it's all for camera.
Oh
You don't
my
really eat
God.
that. So anyway, this is a treat for me.
Okay. Just a little sidebar for you to catch people up on where I'm at. I
Yes.
had this hiatal hernia, which is basically my stomach lining was coming through my diaphragm, and so I had to go and do an operation. And then they also, while they were in there, did this thing on my esophagus because I have really bad acid reflux, and so I'm trying to get off the medication. And because of all these procedures, I have to be on soft foods and liquids for 6 weeks, and I'm entering my 5th week this week, which I can add now, like scrambled eggs and
Yeah.
risotto. And I had polenta last night.
How much
It was
weight have you
delicious.
lost on this?
I have lost like 10 pounds.
No. That would be the hardest part for me.
The losing the weight part,
Probably. And like energy levels, I'm assuming, are down.
they're
It's
not
like-
great, especially in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I just recently hung out and met Rochelle, who is a
Lovely.
mutual friend now.
Yes.
You guys are very close. We just were in Cabo together, and I had a great time with her. She's obviously from Selling Sunset,
Yep.
but she was on last seasons of The Traitors. So I had some of these questions for her.
She
And-
was the first person I called, by the way, when I got the
Oh.
offer.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, talk to me about this.
Yeah.
She's like, you have to do it.
Yeah.
And she gave me all my tips.
She did tell me that the food is terrible.
We had Kristen Kirsch on our season.
Yes,
So-
I know. Who's a friend of mine as well. and
Oh
she's an
gosh, I don't
incredible
want to
chef.
out the chefs there, but like, Kristen basically went to production and was like, we need to like step this up.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
like, thank God you're here. Just like say something.
I watched Kristen trying to butter a piece of toast in one of those episodes, and she's just like dealing with this like rock cold butter.
Right. None of the knives were sharp for
Yes,
for
that's
legal
so
reasons,
funny.
probably.
Of course, right. That's hilarious that actually tracks that
Yeah.
food is
So
not
far, so
great.
good.
Great,
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Because on TV, that breakfast that you all sit down for looks luxurious and stunning. Is it?
I'm a big breakfast guy,
Yeah.
so you can put anything in front of me and
Right.
like, I'm gonna eat it.
Uh huh.
Our favorite activity at the breakfast, though, from speaking for the gays,
Yeah.
we just liked watching Rob eat his eggs because they were hard boiled, and so we always like made it over under on how many bites it would
Oh
take
my
for him
god,
to
that's
finish
really
his egg.
funny.
Just like you find little things to keep yourself entertained while you're filming the show.
Wait, also, I did want to know. So, like, these shots of you, like, but okay. So, talk to me about the shots of like you all getting ready for bed, because those are fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just the.
Well, I don't know if you've seen any of mine yet
haven't seen any, but I know it. I can
because
only
they
imagine
only
what's
play
coming.
when you're up for elimination and
Right.
or you can be banished.
right.
And I've done a very good job at winning shields almost every challenge.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because I knew if I'm gonna play a big game, I have to protect myself.
Yeah.
Like I can't be the only one throwing names out here because like naturally you're gonna miss. And when you miss, then you have a huge target on your back.
Right.
But then also there was a little bit of strategy in me missing because when you miss, it puts a target on your back and the traitors want to keep you around just in case. Of like, oh,
It's like
he-
a shield
he-
for them.
He has some heat on him at the round table.
Right.
Like, let's not
People will
kill
stay
him
away
yet
from us.
because people, yeah.
Right. I did have a question about. I mean, you know, it is a show that you can't shoot through the entire time. So I assume there were days off that you had in there.
I think after the start, there was like every fourth day.
Okay. What would
Was
you
it
do
not
on your day off? Would you all hang
Work
out?
out.
You would just work out.
I just need to move my body.
Yeah.
The challengers gave me a little bit of that, so that was really nice. But then like you're walking around a castle and like sitting there and talking, like I was like, I need to move. Like,
Yeah.
can we go for a walk? Like what do we
Right.
got? Like I want to go explore.
Right.
And then I met with the show psychologist. Because I was just like, I
Oh.
want to stay on top of that.
Yeah.
It's something I didn't really have with Bachelor. So like there was nothing major because like the drama is the game.
They don't have a psychologist on The Bachelor? Is that something that might have changed since?
They do, but producers, at least when I was Bachelor, did not like when I used
Okay.
used her, because they want to get that in their confessionals. They want to use
Got it.
that kind of stuff. But I was like one of the only people to read my contract, and if you ask for the show therapist, they have to legally or contractually put cameras down. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so that was like, that was like the whole me jumping the fence, and then they chased after me, and then like I asked for the therapist, and like you didn't see anything else after that.
Wow.
It was because I was like, I'm like not good right now. That was also 2 months into filming. Like that was brutal. That was a much different beast than this show.
I just want to like preface this by saying I don't want to get like too much into the Bachelor stuff because I'm really interested in like this next chapter of your life. I think it's really interesting. Cool. But just in terms of like context for like, people who might not know a lot about you, I mean, I got to know you after you had already married Jordan. And, I have a lot of friends who are actors and like I know them really well and I watch their work and I, see them playing this other role. And when I was watching scenes from The Bachelor, I was like, let me just look at some of these scenes. So I watched you jumping the fence and I watched you, like some of these like difficult conversations that you were having. And it was like I was watching a friend of mine in a role. Like it was so far removed from the person who I know you to be. And I just was I'm just so fascinated because I relate so much to you in so many ways. I wasn't a football player. I was a musical theater kid.
Yeah.
I didn't have the sports background, like the hyper masculinity thing that you went through. And like, I wasn't involved in like toxic masculinity in the locker room, but I grew up in the church and I was raised Catholic and I was afraid of like what homosexuality meant to, my faith and my family. And so I really related to these things that you had talked about, but I also know how hard it was just for me struggling with my sexuality as a teenager and then in my early years as like an actor in New York. I can't even fathom what it's like to struggle with that on a show that basically celebrates heteronormativeness, you know? It's really astonishing. It's such a rich and fascinating and complicated groundwork for this whole other chapter of your life where you're now married and have a kid and are like this incredible father. And like, I'm wondering, I guess, my question in all that is like, what's your perception of like the last 10 years of your life now on this other side of it, now that you are in such a healthy place?
Yeah.
And like, does it feel like another person in another lifetime ago? And
yeah, I appreciate you saying all that, but yeah, basically, like even doing a show like Traitors, like right under my name is The Bachelor.
Uh-huh.
So like that is going to be with me for the rest of my life. Like there's no running away from that, even though I would consider that one of the most painful chapters of my life. Mm-hmm. Like I grew up in the church, I grew up playing football. I threw my identity into both those. Like, I really just wanted to be this football player and I didn't want to have to deal with like my sexuality at all until it was too late. And then The Bachelor shows up and I'm like, this could be a fun opportunity. I don't have football anymore, so let me try this.
Right.
And then I did Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, and Bachelor, all while trying to push down and be like, you are not gay, you cannot be gay, don't do this to yourself. Let's try to find a way to make like being straight work. So like obviously navigating that had a ton of challenges. And at the same time, I like the entertainment industry. So there's like this constant push-pull of like, well, I have to keep doing this now because like I'm interested in this and I like it and I'm good at it, but also I'm sort of like lying to myself. I'm lying to these people.
Yeah.
I have to figure this out. This isn't fair to anybody, including myself. So it was like really, it was hard. And the fact that like during COVID, I had a mental breakdown and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like this is really intense. And the outside pressure of trying to stay in that relationship after the show is like hard enough when you're a straight man. So let alone somebody who's struggling with their sexuality, trying to do that all while like navigating blackmail and like loosely trying to like slowly come out to himself was challenging. I honestly can't even fathom it. And we've talked about it just privately, you and I, about like what that was like, but it's just, it really, I guess what I want to say to you is I'm so surprised, and I know this took a huge toll on you, but I'm surprised that you survived it at all. I mean, it's really something that, as someone who struggled, in high school, trying to keep myself just alive day to day, I can't even imagine putting the pressure of like cameras and the opinion of the nation
on top of my already like weary shoulders. It's
Well, yeah, and I mean, this is also like where the differences of still TV, you're on TV.
Yeah.
But like you had Mitch to hide behind,
Right.
Like in your performance, whether in one episode got picked apart, that was on you as a professional.
Right.
Versus like when things would hit the tabloids about me, like that's my life. That's who
Yeah.
I am as a human being. And like, it struggles because it's so deeply personal. Like I could still like get fired up. Like I remember when people would critique me on a game or if I missed a tackle or had a bad play, like on to the next one, right? Like when it becomes your life and it's
Yeah.
like you're reading these articles and like that's like the hardest part even today is still reflecting on those chapters, knowing one day Bishop, my son, is gonna have to like he could read those. Like that is
Right.
like the challenge. I'm like, I was a 20-year-old, lost, really hurt, really trying to figure himself out. And now all of a sudden I have like a year or 2 years worth of news articles that I never want my son to read, but like I'm gonna have to.
Right.
I'm gonna have to. So like I think that's like the hardest part in all of this is like realizing like one, the internet's forever. Two, my mistakes as a 20-year-old are so publicized and scrutinized and opinionated when like people don't really fully understand what I was going through. And like
yeah.
I don't owe that to anybody at this point. I don't care to fix, like, there's no narrative that I want to like fix or change because like I went through it. It's like that's not the point. But like what is like it's very complicated. And like
It's
I think most
extraordinarily
gay
complicated.
people just know like that coming out journey is so complicated.
Yeah.
It's so messy in so many different ways.
How long did you date before proposal happened?
We tried to keep it under wraps for a while. We were dating 7 or 8 months before the proposal. 4 or 5 months before it got leaked. We had a sneaky pic in Hawaii get posted.
Why
which
did you
sucked.
want to keep it a secret?
I never wanted a public relationship after like what I went through.
Right.
Just because like, especially coming from the Bachelor franchise,
Right.
every one of your relationships is so publicized.
Oh, I can
And
only
like,
imagine.
you know Jordan, like
Yeah.
he's not a very public person. Like he can turn it on when he needs to.
Yeah.
But, like he doesn't really like to be in front of the camera or like have that moment.
Yeah.
So it was something we agreed on. And
Yeah.
I think now he's leaned into it because he felt like an asshole when we were in public and people would be like, what did you think of his fence jumping? Jordan was like, I didn't watch that show.
Right.
He's like, I feel like there's a big chunk of your life that like I'm missing. So like I need to watch this. So he ended up.
Did he watch it?
Well, because when we first started dating, my only ask was I said, just please don't watch The Bachelor. And he goes, for sure, I'm good. I don't need to know. And then like a year and a half into our relationship, he came to me and he goes, we were outside Akbar. And he
One of the greatest gay bars in
a
all
sweet
of Los
lesbian
Angeles.
couple came up to me and just said, your story was so inspiring. I watched The Bachelor with my family, and after you came out, I came out to my family. And so Jordan was like, I need to watch this because
Yeah.
like I need to understand your fans more, and especially if I'm going to be put on the spot. Like he felt like an asshole in that conversation because she's like, what'd you think of that? And he was like, I didn't watch. So then he had a conversation with me. He's like, do you mind if I watch the show? And I was like, go for it.
Yeah.
And he just gives me so much shit to this day.
What did he say? I mean,
I didn't want to watch it with him.
No.
I never want to rewatch that again.
Why would you?
So
No.
he would be in like the bath watching upstairs, and I would just hear him start.
Would you just
dying
hear like
laughing.
parts of the show that you were like?
Yes. He'd be like, "Wait, why are you?" He was so opinionated.
So then he would come down from like an episode
And
he-
have
would
a
he have
list
questions?
of questions.
Tell me some of the questions he had for you.
Well, like, and then he would become a fan. So he's like, oh, Hannah Brown.
Yeah.
Like, what
Listen.
did you? Why didn't you? And I'm like, I'm
the
married to
formula's
you.
addictive. Yeah.
Like, shut up. Like, you're telling me why didn't I go? I'm married to you now. And I was like, also, I'm gay. Like,
Right.
what the fuck? But it was so, I was like, oh, this is why this show works.
Yeah.
It's like, it just got my gay husband to like be opinionated about me choosing another girl.
Right. Yeah.
So-
super invested. Okay, so I'm fascinated that Jordan watched The Bachelor. I think that's, Justin sort of did the same thing with.
Modern Family.
No, he watched every episode of Modern Family, but like I did a show before that he had never seen, and he watched it during COVID, called The Class, and I actually did watch some of it with him because I hadn't seen it in a while.
See,
but
professionally, I know you more from Take Me Out than Modern Family.
I know, the greatest.
That was my favorite.
Play.
My
That play's
favorite.
made for you.
It really was.
Yeah.
I left and like, I'm also
I'm still eating. Yeah, thank you.
I'm also not a big, I shouldn't say big, I'm not a huge Broadway person.
Yeah.
I wish I was. If I lived in New York, I would go more often. But like previous to Take Me Out, I went to like Frozen with my friend Patty Murin. She's excellent.
I didn't know you were friends with Patty.
With Patty and Colin. Yeah.
Yeah. I love them.
She so sweetly invited me to see Frozen.
I love that.
I've seen it twice now.
Hilarious.
I saw it twice. But yeah, I love both of them. They're great. But anyway, other than that, I saw like Harry Potter. Really bad theatrical resume.
That's fine.
Like, Take Me Out is at the top.
I'm thrilled that I'm on the list.
You're not on the list.
I feel like
you're
when
at the
you
top.
came to see my play, were you in the front row? I feel like I remember having eye contact with you.
Oh.
You were close, right?
Well, you preached to me in one of your monologues.
That's right. I just feel like I remember seeing your face in the audience.
No, I wasn't front row because there's a very famous shower scene that I wish that I was front row while that was going on.
Yeah, I know.
That had to be such a trip to like navigate that. I mean, you weren't in the shower
let me
scene,
tell
but
you.
like,
Okay, so this.
How did
play,
that come to be?
So Take Me Out is a play about a closeted baseball player on like a Derek Jeter level.
Yeah.
And it's super famous, super big, and then he comes out of the closet, and it's about toxic masculinity. It's about his acceptance of himself. It's about so many things. You did tell me after you saw the play, you're like, because you have been you've lived that reality. You've been in a locker room, as a professional football player, like you are, you were closeted during that time. I mean, you spoke very eloquently to me about like how spot on that scene was, and all the themes of the play.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's brilliant.
Do you feel like? Well, I have so many different questions about this, but I mean, first of all, do you feel like things have changed at all in that world? I mean, I feel like there's more sports figures who have come out now as gay, but I do sometimes feel like the majority of them have come out after retirement or after they've left whatever league they were playing for. But like, I'm sure you also probably have an influx of people who are still closeted within that community reaching out to you because you're a safe person and certainly understand.
Yeah. I mean, after my Netflix show came out, there was 2 active players in the NFL that reached out to me to confide in me and like ask for advice and help, and like one has a family. Much different situation than what I went through. So like, and also I think that was like the complications of me all of a sudden being poster boy for like out athlete when that Netflix show dropped. I was not ready to be anybody's mentor. I was like still very much coming out to myself that like all of a sudden now I feel responsible for like advice.
I resonate
person.
with all of that because I felt that same pressure with Modern Family, like just the community's expectations on you. That's hard. That is so hard.
And then it's like I'm not, and then like then you also feel weird saying like I don't want to be this, but like I have this privilege of this platform, so and now I have to get good at this quick. Like I can't. There is no like out for me here. So, but do I think it's gotten better? I think I'm always going to say no until like I truly believe there's been a dent made. I don't think there has. I think that, and when I say that, I'm talking about the main 3 leagues. So NBA, NFL. I'm speaking from a male perspective.
Right,
NBA, NFL, MLB. I mean, let's include the NHL in now because of heated rivalry. But like,
we'll get to that.
So I think I can say it has not gotten to a place where I would like to see it at over the years, even since I've come out. Because there's many different things. I mean, one, these are all big businesses that have a system put in place to make sure that players do not get bigger than the team and the teams do not get bigger than the league itself. This is a trickle-down effect. And this doesn't only apply to sports. This applies to many different facets of our like system of a world, right? So the players can't express themselves freely out of fear for their job, fear for media, fear for the organization. The organization then doesn't really reinforce or support people coming out because they're fearful that the league will then out them weird. But they'll be the first to use a gay player. Like, look at Michael Sam, who's in my draft class. SEC Defensive Player of the Year, which I know I'm talking sports, so just stick with me here. It's a very high honor. And like SEC is arguably, at that time, was the best league in all of NCAA football. He is the best defensive player in that entire league. He gets drafted in the 7th round after he was openly gay. the last time an SEC defensive player was drafted in the 7th round, I don't know off the top of my head, but I would assume never. Like, he's at least in the first 3 or first 4 rounds. But then on top of it, he gets cut from the Rams and picked up for the Cowboys for 2 weeks. And within those 2 weeks, he's a practice squad player. His jerseys are in the team thing. Highest rated Cowboy jersey for those 2 weeks. And then as soon as those numbers started dipping, he got cut.
Yeah.
So it's like, you see, I think that's also what, like, why I get fired up about this, is because, like, you're not really allowed to come out, but then also we get used.
Yeah.
And then, like, I even remember too, like, even to this day, it's like they sort of just parade you around being like, look, we're inclusive. We have one here. We have one there. And it's like, your whole system isn't working here, and we have to figure out how to support gay players. Because, like, the only regret I have in my football career is I wish I would have played out. Because I feel like I would have played looser. I wouldn't have to, like, had that, like, coil.
Can you go back and think about, like, what the reality of that would have been for you? Is it something that would have been possible?
I think so. I think, like, because I remember my phone call with my college coach. It just depends when I would have came out. If I came out in high school, would I have still received my Division I offers? And if I came out in college, would I still have been made All-American team? Would I still have been, like, approached by agents? Like, what would that have looked like? But my college coach was super supportive, and, like, it was so funny. I called him, and I think he was, like, having a beer, unwinding at the end of the night. So, hey, I just want to let you know I was this phase of coming out where I couldn't say I'm gay. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know I came out to my parents. And he goes, I'm so proud of you. That was his first thing. He goes, I'm so sorry for the way that I talked to you over the years. He used a lot of homophobic language in the way he motivated.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Sure.
And then the third thing he said, he goes, so what kind of dicks are we into?
Oh my God.
And it was like right there where I was like, oh, you're a ride or die. Like, you were like, you care, like, it's so funny. And if you know him, he's like insane. He spoke at my wedding. Like,
also, it's such a straight guy thing to say. What kind of
dicks are we into?
All of them is the answer.
Thank you. I can appreciate
what do you
any
mean?
Type of dick.
Dude.
But I was like, okay, like, maybe, but like, that was like the first thing in my head where I was like, oh, maybe I could have came out in college.
Yeah.
Because, like, I might have had him to have my back. Like, I'm sure he wouldn't have gone as hard on, like, any homophobic slurs if he would have known that he had a gay person in his room.
And he probably thought, honestly, well, I don't know what he's doing with his career now, but, like,
he's still a coach, and I've talked to him about this.
It's changed everything.
It's changed the way that he approaches it.
Absolutely.
And
How could it not?
I have this conversation with my friends, because I'm still in, like, a group chat with some of my athletes who every once in a while will drop, like, well, that's gay. And I'm like, let's use your words. What do you mean by this?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that is such a, like, a lazy throwaway
dig.
dig.
So lazy.
I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Stop saying it's gay.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? And, like, once I say that, they're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But wait, can we talk about Hated Rivalry? Did you watch it?
No, okay, this is a good segue. So I'm only 2 in.
Okay.
I want to start with you. You tell me things about it.
What I love about it is it tells a queer story in a non-traumatic way. And the other part that I appreciated that I don't think a lot of people talk about is, and you'll get to this point, the female roles play such a big role in men coming out. And I think you get to see 2 incredibly female-led characters.
The Russian girl, I assume she's one of them.
Russian girl, and then there's somebody else who you'll be introduced to that, like, in my opinion, having them in changed the entire dynamic of the show, at least for me as a viewer. Like,
interesting.
There was just so much appreciation and also, like, a little bit of jealousy where I'm like, I wish I had that in my coming out experience.
100%,
where, like,
a
female gave me permission to open up slowly and not judge me, and also, like, not come for me if I said anything along the lines of exploring and not, like, sure that I want to be with you and women.
Right.
So I think, like, those are the parts for me that are brilliant. But wait, talk to me about your feelings in the first. I mean, with the first 2.
Okay, so first of all, I think I love that it exists, first of all, and I don't mean that in, like, a passive, like whatever, I'm glad it exists. Like, I'm truly so happy it exists. And I think having been a part of a show like Take Me Out, I realized the importance of, like, representation in that community.
Yeah.
And I think It did actually make me think. I was like, God, I wish Take Me Out was honestly happening now, because I feel like this like buzziness about the locker room stuff and homophobia and being closeted and like professional sports is so accessible to people that I feel like, you know, that play could have succeeded on an even more successful level than it already did.
Yep.
I mean, it won Best Revival at the Tonys, so it did okay.
Can I just say something?
But, yeah.
You walked so those two could run.
Could run. Okay, there you go. I'll
like,
accept it.
Connor and Hudson are having their moment because of Jesse.
Well,
and the cast of Take Me Out.
Yeah, okay. But I do. I mean, I really appreciate that it exists for those same reasons that I love Take Me Out. I mean, you know, it's so funny because like when there's so much hype around something.
Yeah. I mean, I remember looking at Connor's Instagram or Hudson's Instagram, seeing like 75,000 followers, 100,000. I mean, these guys are in the millions now.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
On every cover.
Yeah.
Presenting at the Golden Globes.
I mean, I have so many friends who are in town for the Golden Globes, and like they're like, all of them have gotten all of them have gotten photos with every single cast member of Heat of Rivalry.
Yep.
And these are some of my friends are like super A-list celebrities who are like chasing after these guys.
What do you think it is pop culture-wise right now that made this such a phenomenon? Because this doesn't happen anymore with like in my opinion, with like streaming and like how many different things drop. It's very rare that things like this happen.
It feels, you know what it feels like to me? I mean, it is a YA genre.
Yeah.
I think like just the storytelling of the love story, it feels very YA. That means young adult in the biz. And I just feel like it's a really well done for that genre.
Yeah.
And I think that there hasn't been a really great, I don't know, it feels like there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's something about it being a slow burn. There's something about, obviously, these guys are like people who we've never seen before.
Right.
We don't have any preconceived notions attached to any of these actors.
Yeah.
They are completely able to disappear into these roles because we don't know them from something else. And it's sort of like, it's that those things don't happen anymore. We don't give fresh young actors the ability to like lead a TV show.
Yeah.
And
does something like this hurt or help a career? And I don't want to put you on the spot or like make you throw shit, but like from a career standpoint,
it's going to make it difficult for. I just know, having been on a show that I was so closely tied to a character, it makes whatever you want to do afterwards hard, and that's just the reality of it.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard for those guys to like have people cast them in things where they're expected to forget about this white hot success that they've had. That's just the reality of the thing. I mean, the show is so successful. They're on every red carpet, every talk show, which they should be.
Right.
But it's just solidifying their identity into these roles.
Yeah.
But that's what they should be doing at this moment. People don't normally have success like this, and they should be riding it. And they should be enjoying every single moment of that.
Yeah.
But you know, it is like you are at the end of that road. You are like kind of with a shovel, being like, okay, how do I dig this identity out from around me?
I mean, that's somewhat of like for me too. Like with The Bachelor, it's like I don't really want to like. Also, I'm like, I get it.
You know that like the first line of your obituary is going to be like
the former Bachelor.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. No, and I know
like even going on Traitors, I was like, could they put coming out Colton here? Or, like they're no.
Right. No.
People don't know.
Absolutely not. No.
Right. So.
I mean, and that's the way it's going to be for a really long time. I cannot wait to watch the rest of the Traitors. I'm so invested.
It's going to be great.
My interest is so piqued from this conversation. I'm very excited to get.
I'm excited for you to have Lisa on.
That's me too.
That you are going to get yin and yang, and it's going to be.
I feel like I'm really like I have some great information to come into that conversation with. But I really adore. I don't want you to move away because I've really loved getting to know you over the past like 5-6 years, and I think you're just great. I love watching you blossom as a father, and I don't know. I really love our friendship. So I'm really so glad you did this.
I love our friendship too. I love it.
All right, I love you, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for doing this.
This episode of Dinner's on Me was recorded at the Butcher's Daughter in West Hollywood, California. Next week on Dinner's on Me, you know him from Cheers, The Good Place, and more recently from Netflix's A Man on the Inside. It's Ted Danson. We'll get into his legendary run as one of TV's most iconic leading men and his latest chapter on screen, which this season includes his wife as a co-star.